To match up with the Detroit Lions. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
I don't think you got it, sir.
That's complete left side to Shepard. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Manning to throw on 3rd and 1. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Working from the gun, Manning. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Manning. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
And 12 at the Lions' 35-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. A beautiful spin and room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 35 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about this. 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Ready. 280. Zebra. SOS. Check.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Alert to Omaha, ready to move. Hey, easy.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down.
And it's third down.
Blue 60. Here we go. Two times. Hey. 4 down.
Stafford now to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Complete outright to Kurz. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's first and 10.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, throw left side, complete. It's James. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check, cross, 22!
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
New York set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Ready, break.
Mike 51, watch the curl, watch the curl.
To throw is Manning. Out to the right here to Shepard. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back at the 44-yard line.
Ready.
51, Mike 51.
Hey, look at me. Go. Check. Get it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Manning. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Devon Kennard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
Go. Look, squeeze. Hey, rock it.
From the gun, it's Manning. The tight end, Rhett Ellison, with it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Come on, set. 8, read.
No chance.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 51.
Clear.
Hey, let's calm it up.
Now.
They do go for it. It's Manning. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Manning going to come up on 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Down. 60.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
70, Indy.
I'm coming.
Ready?
On third down, Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach David? And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. They go to Johnson again. He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Giants' 24-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ready? Under 10, 10.
Johnson running right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Hey, walk it.
Now Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
X3, 218, chopper. Lead grip, lead grip.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes and we'll be in great shape.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Switch! Switch!
Topper! Topper! Get it!
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Manning now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manning finding his target. It's Cody Latimer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, Charlie!
51, Mike! Mike 51!
Check Mike, check Mike! But 51, Mike 51!
Your track, your track!
Dude!
From the 41, Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
High 7.
Hey, 40's Mike, 40's Mike, right there.
Ready?
Manning to throw for it on 4. Completes it to Ellison to the right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Third down and 11.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and 11.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Shotgun now for Manning. He's going to let it go deep for the... And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 17-3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Break.
And let's get him.
61. Matchbox lights. 5.
Well, fails. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kareem Martin coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On third down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Set. 15 line. 15 line. Get it.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a third and 8 more. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 19-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Double tight, guys, double tight.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now this one complete on the slant route. Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 83 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Don't get nervous. Check 31, check 31. Go.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Running left, it's Barkley. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third and 11. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And Tate's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Watch tight end. Everyone got 4 down. Key 26, key 26.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Let's go.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is